Hello everybody, Dark Knight 316, Robert Wheeler Gaming, and this is our Tackles and Takedowns Football and Wrestling Pod. So this week is week 2 of the NFL football
Week
picks.
2.
So last week, I had 9 points, he had 8 points. So this time we're going to try to pick so that he can end up winning and try to get more. And I'm drinking today the Rainstorm Guava Strawberry. I normally don't show it off in this one, but I'm kind of tired, so I need this energy.
I'm drinking nothing. I'm just wearing my Titans hat since, nobody wore their hat.
No. All right, so the Thursday game is Washington versus the Packers. And it looks like the Packers and Washington are both 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
So who are you picking this time?
I got the Packers.
You got the Packers. I picked the Packers as well. I think the Packers are going to beat the Washington Commanders. Now the second game, the Sunday game, is the Browns versus the Ravens.
I got the Ravens.
You got the Ravens as well.
I think the Ravens did a good job. They just
messed
it up at the end. Yeah.
So the next one is the Jaguars versus the Bengals.
Got the Bengals.
You got the Bengals in this one?
Bengals on this one.
Why do you think the Bengals?
I like Joe Burrow. And
think he's going to do good?
Yeah, they barely beat the Browns last week, so I don't know how good they are, and it's still early in the season. By the first month, I think you'll really understand who's going to be what. But
all right, next game is Cowboys versus the Giants.
I got the Cowboys.
You got the Cowboys
On this one.
Cowboys are kind of looking good.
They look good against the Eagles,
Yep.
So I don't know how good they're going to look.
Mm-hmm. The next one's the Lions versus the Bears.
I got the Lions.
You got the Lions on that one.
Lions on that one.
Yep, I picked the Lions as well. The next one is the Patriots versus the Dolphins.
I'm going Patriots.
I think
the Dolphins look terrible.
They looked terrible last week on there, so they could come back, but I don't think that they will against the Patriots. I think they're going to have a slow slumber because it may not be their year again, and then if it's not their year, they're going to probably have to restructure again.
You also got to think, too, it's the first year with Mike Vrabel, and when he went to Tennessee...
No, I'm talking about for the Dolphins.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Patriots.
No,
Never mind. Oh,
no. How the Dolphins had Tua, and it's like...
He's still good.
I think it's restructure if they're not going to win.
I think it's their head coach is going to get thrown under the bus because their GM hasn't really provided them good enough players anymore. All their players are like Tyreek Hill and all those guys. They're getting older, and you need to get a good defense. I don't think they have a great defense to be able to say, like, when they can't run the ball or anything like you got to get stops. I don't think they're that good enough right now to get stops.
Okay, so the next game is the 49ers versus the Aints.
I got the Niners.
You don't got the Aints?
My MVP last week did not look good with 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but they still won the game. So I think he improves this time. But
and next one is Buffalo versus the Jets.
I got the Bills.
You got the Bills on this
Bills
one?
are going to...
Yeah, I think Josh Allen will pull it back out again.
I think they go 2-0. The Jets look pretty good against the Steelers, but the Steelers were able to pull one out. So,
well, speaking of Steelers, the next one is Seahawks versus Steelers.
Now I'm going to be a fan of this one. Aaron Rodgers looked good last week, and I think he looks good again. Steelers go 2-0. Steelers go 2-0. I think he looked good last week.
All right, so this one is the big game: the Rams versus the Titans. The Rams are 1-0. Titans are 0-1.
Titans take this one, even it up in the series 1-1. Of course, I ain't going against the Titans anyway, so.
No. All right, next one's Panthers versus Cardinals.
Last week I chose the Panthers. Bryce Young did not look good, so I'm going with the Cardinals this week. I think, I think so.
All right. The next one's the Colts versus the Broncos.
This one's going to be an interesting one because I think the Colts actually looked good last week.
Yeah, but Bo Nix did good for the Broncos.
Bo Nix did, but you also got to think they were playing against Tennessee, and Tennessee didn't bring their best game. I'm going with the Colts.
Going with the Colts?
I think the Colts might actually pull one out this time. And with Daniel Jones, I mean, if he can just play decent enough and they have a good running game, I think they'll be fine.
Now, the next game's the Super Bowl rematch game.
Which is weird that it's
is the Eagles versus the Chiefs. And who do you have on this one?
I got the Eagles.
You got the Eagles?
Chiefs did not look good.
They didn't look good on there. It may be the Taylor Swift effect.
Nah, I doubt
where
that.
It's like, when a player dates a high-profile woman, they end up
well, they're getting married now, so...
Yeah, I know, but like Aaron Rodgers did it when he dated...
then what was Tom Brady's excuse?
It wasn't a high-profile chick.
With Giselle?
No, it wasn't a high-profile.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at, like, Aaron Rodgers, I told you, with Danica Patrick, and then, what's his name, Romo, with Jessica Simpson, they all sucked, and the minute that they broke up with them, they ended up being good.
Maybe that's what happened with Tom Brady when he won the Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay.
So I think Chiefs will do good once once Kelsey and them break up. Then they'll probably do good. But this will probably be Kelsey's last year anyway. So
I think so.
Yeah. So the next game is the Falcons versus the Vikings.
I got the Vikings.
You got the Vikings again.
Vikings again.
Okay. Next one is this is 2 Monday games. So the first Monday game is the Bucs versus the Texans.
I think the Bucs pull one out just by like a field goal, but I think it's close.
The Texans didn't look good last week, so
they still got to protect.
They looked horrible. So.
But they did play the Rams. The Rams are going to lose this week. So,
but they looked horrible. They didn't look like last season where they were like top caliber team at the top of their game. And then the final Monday game is the Chargers versus the Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm going with the Chargers.
You going with the Chargers?
Chargers this week.
Oh,
I doubted them last week. I'm going with them this week.
Yep. Okay, so let's see. So we have how many different? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 different. So that's gonna be really good for the picks on it.
So what did you think about for week 1? If we went back to the week 1 games, what do you think stood out the most? Which games were?
Well, I thought that the Ravens Bills game was interesting on there because for the longest time, the Ravens were beating the Bills real bad, and then the Bills just pulled it off at the end.
Well, if you look at like some of these games, a lot of them were really close.
I mean, Kansas City losing to the Chargers was weak.
But like the defending Super Bowl champs, 4 points.
I mean, that was a crazy game too.
Patriots only lost by...
Cardinals was looking good.
Patriots lost by a touchdown here. This 2 points. That was blowout. 8 points with the Titans. That wasn't too bad. Right here, 4 points.
Right now. I mean, the only blowout one was
that
the
was close.
Packers-Lions was the only blowout one with 27-13, so that was no way for...
So every game was pretty much close, but a couple.
I mean, like, look at the Bills-Ravens game. 1 point.
1 point by that field goal
at the end.
I think what stood out to me... I looked at 2 games I thought stood out to me. Brock Purdy. He threw 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. That's my MVP, but I don't think he played as well against the Seahawks. For a Seahawks team that I don't think is going anywhere this season. And also J.J. McCarthy, having that comeback against the Bears, that was a crazy comeback for how they were down 10-plus points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, if you went back up on there, you see the breakdown. So it was second quarter, it was 6 to, what was it? Looks like 10. Mm-hmm. And then...
17-6 after that.
17-6 after that, and then they scored 21 points.
21 points in the fourth quarter to come back and win.
Dang, that's crazy.
And that's all I'm saying is like if you look at J.J. McCarthy he only had 143 yards.
Yeah.
2 touchdowns. So for 143 yards, 2 touchdowns, they came back and won the game. Like what happened with the Bears that they came back and couldn't.
Probably got tired.
They couldn't win. I mean, I think that was a good standout game. I think J.J. McCarthy will still struggle though because it's early in the season and this is his first year as a starter. So I think he's still going to have issues. But then also I wanted to look here. If you look at the Seahawks, 49ers, they were down. They ended up taking it in the fourth quarter. But if you look at stats here, Brock Purdy,
I mean, he had pretty good
74% completion rate,
277 yards,
two touchdowns, 2 picks. So he threw 2 picks, but look at you got to say this: Sam Darnold got signed on only 150 yards.
Yeah, I didn't know Sam Darnold was on that team.
Can you believe that though? Christian McCaffrey, 88 yards. The receiver Ricky Pearsall. Good to see him coming back after his issue he had in San Francisco for his injury. So, but other than that,
what was their breakdown on there? So go up to the bracket.
Yeah.
So it was 7-0. Then Seahawks had 10, and then it was nothing in the third quarter, and then San Francisco came back to 10-3.
Came out and scored. So overall, I think great week 1. Week 2, I think is going to get even better, but we need definitely need to
look at the Eagles Cowboys game on there. Look how much the Super Bowl team should have been dominating it. If you look at the bracket on there, it was 7-7, which is fine. And it was 13-14, and then it was just a field goal in the third quarter.
But you got to remember,
scored in the fourth.
You got to remember too. This was the game from the game delay they had.
Oh yeah,
for that weather delay, so they probably didn't really come out and play too.
Yeah, so they could have came back. It could have been the Cowboys winning.
But yeah, if you look at their stats too, like Jalen Hurts, 152 yards.
Had 198.
Yeah, so a lot of these guys didn't have that much. You figure all his passes went to.
Yeah, but you also think about with the weather delay, so the momentum on their.
You said momentum?
Yep. Momentum on their lost all their the shred on that. So that was interesting on that one. And then look at the Kansas City one from last week.
Kansas City.
Because that was sad.
Same breakdown. I mean, they roughly you had a touchdown. Chargers had a touchdown per quarter.
Yeah, so but you look at it. The first 2 quarters, Chargers was up. And then it looked like they kicked 2 field goals or maybe a touchdown and missed a field goal. And then they did it again. Mm-hmm. And then, so, what was the problem with that? How was Mahomes? I mean, he threw 258 yards, no interceptions.
But Justin Herbert had a game. Look at that. 73% completion, 3 touchdowns.
But see, I think it would have been better if Mahomes didn't have the 57-yard rushing. He actually gave it to his rusher.
That's the reason why they didn't have success. So,
I mean, he had 1 rushing touchdown, but if he would have gave it to his
overall,
rusher.
I think this if you wanted to look at overall for week 1, if you look at this game here, which is Bills came back, scored 22 in the fourth, but if you look at this stat, I thought was crazy. Look at Derrick Henry.
394. Yeah. Well, I heard one guy was able to take out Derrick Henry.
169 yards. Well, probably because he was tired out. But
usually it takes 12 guys to take out
169 yards.
2 touchdowns.
For rushing. For a guy who's 31, 32 years old.
That's
for a running back who they say declined.
The Titans' problem on there. They probably could have kept him and made him retire in Tennessee.
They should have, but...
Because because he's old, the reason why he declined. I mean, right there, he's still proving that he can run it.
Still pretty good.
That was the best thing for the Ravens to get because that relieves a lot of the pressure off of what's his face, the quarterback,
Lamar Jackson. Yeah, but they all run like crazy anyway, so it's all good for all.
Yeah, but now you can fake it out. You could be like, is Lamar Jackson going to run it? Is he going to give it to Derrick Henry? What's going to happen?
Yeah.
So that's why I think Ravens are going to probably be up there in this.
Honestly, I think Ravens will be second in their division. I think
Who's gonna be
I
number
think
one?
Pittsburgh takes
You
it.
think Pittsburgh?
I think
is gonna
with
take it again?
the addition of Aaron Rodgers, especially if he continues how well he plays, that defense just got to pick up, and they're good. I mean, Steelers have historically always had a great defense under Mike Tomlin, but considering the fact that, like, if you look at the way let's go back to let's look at that. If you look at the way that Aaron Rodgers played, I mean, it was, even though they only won by
2 points.
by 2 points. Like, look at his stats: 4 touchdowns, 244 yards on 73-yard percentage.
Yeah, he did pretty good on there.
Like, that's crazy. And they only had 11 attempts for 37 yards from their running back.
Yeah,
Like,
and then DK
Metcalf, look at
had
that.
4 receptions,
82 yards, which
no
is
touchdowns.
good. But considering the fact that you're Aaron Rodgers, you're in your 40s,
Mm-hmm.
and you threw 4 touchdowns and 244 yards for a Jets defensive team that improved this year, or at least this game.
Mm-hmm.
That's good to see.
We'll see week 2 on how well the Steelers go. I mean, hopefully they do good, because Aaron Rodgers could have been a Viking. I mean, he still can.
Yeah.
By week 8 or whatever it is with the trade deadline.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he could still be a Viking and follow in Brett Favre's footsteps.
Yeah. Hey,
But
it is what it is, but yeah, that's week 2. Week 1 is in the books. Looking forward to week 2 on Thursday.
Let's see who ends up winning at the end of week 2. Is it going to still... I mean, I only won by 1 point. I had 9, he had 8, so it can change now. I mean, we have 3 difference, so...
Unverified,
that means that it could be, 3-point difference
could be.
between us, so...
Could be.
It'll be interesting to see who actually pulls up top. We'll let you know next week on our Tackles and Takedowns episode again. I believe this is episode 3. It could be possibly 4.
I think it's 3.
But I think it's episode 3. So good luck. Continue watching football. Don't forget also watch wrestling as well, because AJ Lee just returned on there, and that was a big one. Oh, and another person who returned on NXT. I don't know if you heard about it. Prince Pretty, Tyler Breeze. He returned again.
We'll have to talk about that some other time.
So other than that, have a good day.
God bless you guys.
Continue to watch football.
Have a good one.
We'll see you. Yep.
Take care.
Peace.